Welcome to Module 2. Here, we will connect production decisions to cost, supply, and the optimum allocation of resources. While Module 1 focused on how inputs relate to output, this module explores how producers use cost information and market conditions to guide decisions. Section 1. Understanding cost and their relations. Costs are central to production decisions. They can be broken down into several types. Fixed costs, costs that do not change with output, such as rent or insurance. Variable costs, costs that change with output, such as raw materials or wages. Total cost, the sum of fixed and variable costs. Average cost, cost per unit of output. Marginal cost, the additional cost of producing one more unit. The relationship between production and cost is clear. As inputs increase, production rises, but cost may rise faster, slower, or unevenly. Producers must carefully manage costs to remain profitable. Section 2. Industry supply and factor demand. From the producer's perspective, decisions about cost shape the supply of goods to the market. When costs are low, supply can expand. When costs rise, supply contracts. In competitive markets, supply decisions collectively determine market equilibrium prices. On the other hand, factor demand refers to how much labor, land, or capital a producer will hire. Factor demand depends on the productivity of that factor and the cost of employing it. For example, if machines are more efficient and cost-effective than labor, demand for machines rises while demand for workers may fall. Section 3. Optimum resource and enterprise combination. The goal of every producer is to find the optimum combination of resources and enterprises. This means choosing the right mix of inputs to minimize cost and maximize returns. The right enterprise or product mix to achieve profitability, especially when resources can be allocated across different activities. Consider a farmer who has land and can either grow maize, rice, or soybeans. The decision depends on expected cost, expected returns, and the best allocation of land and labor. The optimum enterprise combination ensures that no resource is wasted, and overall returns are maximized. Section 4. Resource use efficiency. Efficiency in production can be viewed in three forms. Technical efficiency, producing the maximum output from a given set of inputs. Allocative efficiency, choosing inputs in the right proportions based on their cost. Economic efficiency, combining technical and allocative efficiency to achieve the highest possible profit. Efficient resource use ensures competitiveness and sustainability, especially in industries facing limited resources. Section 5. Changing circumstances and adaptation. Finally, it's important to remember that production economics does not occur in a vacuum. Producers must adapt to price changes in inputs and outputs. Technological progress that alters cost structures. Environmental policies that influence resource use. Global trade dynamics that create both opportunities and competition. The ability to adjust strategies ensures long-term survival and growth in a changing world. End of Module 2. In this module, we explored the nature and types of cost, how supply and factor demand are determined, optimum allocation of resources and enterprises, the importance of efficiency and adaptation in a dynamic economy. To conclude, the economics of production costs has been divided into two modules. Module 1 laid the foundation with production functions, inputs, and resource productivity. Module 2 developed a decision-making framework focusing on cost, supply, factor demand, and efficient resource allocation. By completing this course, you should now understand how producers analyze inputs, cost, and outputs in order to achieve efficiency and profitability. More importantly, you are prepared to think critically about how production adapts to changing circumstances in resource use and economic conditions.